What if I told you the NBA All-Star Game was seconds away from becoming the biggest embarrassment in league history? Until one player walked in and flipped the entire night upside down. Because while the biggest superstars were jogging, laughing, and treating the game like a warm-up, one 7 feet 4 inches alien-like rookie decided he wasn't having it, and what happened next shocked every fan, every player, and even the NBA itself. The All-Star Game was supposed to be a celebration, but from the opening minutes, it looked like a disaster. Players were jogging, barely defending, and treating the game like a light workout instead of the NBA's biggest showcase. The crowd felt it. The commentators felt it. Even the players on the bench looked bored. The entire event was seconds away from becoming another forgettable all-star embarrassment. But then the atmosphere shifted. Because while everyone else was coasting, one player stepped onto the floor with a completely different energy. No smiles, no jogging, no just for fun attitude. He came in ready to compete, and the moment he touched the ball, the entire arena felt the change. One block, one bucket, one moment of real intensity. And suddenly, the All-Star Game wasn't dying anymore. It was waking up, because one 7 feet 4 inches rookie refused to let the night fall apart. Just when the All-Star Game felt completely lifeless, Victor Wembanyama checked in and the entire arena shifted. He didn't jog in like everyone else. He didn't smile or treat it like a casual exhibition. He walked in with a focus that instantly felt different, and it took him only seconds to prove why. Kevin Durant rose for what should have been an easy jumper, the kind he's hit his whole career. But before the ball even left his hands, Wemby's 8-foot wingspan swallowed the shot and sent it flying. The crowd erupted. Commentators lost their minds. And for the first time all night, the All-Star Game finally felt alive. Wemby followed that block with back-to-back buckets, running the floor like a guard and finishing with a smoothness that didn't match his size. Every touch brought the crowd closer to the edge of their seats. Every defensive play raised the intensity. He wasn't just playing hard, he was dragging the entire game back to life. Meanwhile, Luka Doncic and Nikola Jokic were doing the exact opposite. Luka strolled up the court like he was out for a walk. Jokic waved his arms pretending to contest shots, only to watch Anthony Edwards drill a three right in front of him. They were laughing, joking, barely moving, and Wemby was trying to pull them into a real battle. But that contrast made Wemby shine even more. While others coasted, he played like the game actually mattered. His energy forced everyone else to wake up. The pace got faster, the dunks got louder, the crowd got hotter. Wembanyama didn't just enter the game, he took control of it and everyone felt it. Wembanyama's intensity didn't just wake up the crowd, it woke up Team USA's young stars too. The moment they realized Wemby was treating this like a real game, they matched his energy instantly. Suddenly, the pace exploded. Steals, fast breaks, and highlight plays started flying across the court like the All-Star Game had finally remembered what it was supposed to be. Cade Cunningham was the first to strike. He jumped a passing lane, ripped the ball clean, and sprinted down the floor with a determination nobody had seen earlier. The crowd roared as he finished through contact, and for the first time all night, the USA bench jumped to their feet. Then Karl Anthony Towns caught fire. He stepped into deep threes like he was shooting in an empty gym, barely touching the rim. Every shot he hit pushed the momentum further toward Team USA, and suddenly the world team's early lead started slipping away. Anthony Edwards, never one to stay quiet when the lights are bright, joined the chaos with his signature explosiveness. He blew past defenders, hammered down dunks, and barked at the crowd like he was playing in a playoff game. His energy fed the entire team, and the arena fed off him right back. What started as a slow, lifeless exhibition had turned into a real battle, and the young American stars were making it clear they weren't going to let Wemby steal the show alone. But as the game tightened and the pressure rose, the world team knew they had to respond, and that's when things got even crazier. As the game tightened, both teams suddenly realized they were in a real fight. Every possession started to matter, and the lazy pace from earlier was gone. The world team tried to hold on to their lead, but the USA squad kept punching back until the score was tied in the final seconds. The arena was buzzing. Nobody expected this level of intensity from an All-Star game. With the clock winding down, the world team had one last chance to win it. The ball swung around the perimeter, but the defense was suffocating. Every passing lane was closed, every shot contested. Norman Powell finally forced up a tough three, and it clanged off the rim. The buzzer sounded. Tie game. Overtime. But this wasn't a normal overtime. The rules were simple. First team to score 5 points wins. One mistake could end everything. Anthony Edwards struck first, hitting a smooth jumper that sent the USA bench into a frenzy. But Wembanyama answered immediately with a cold-blooded three, reminding everyone that he wasn't going anywhere. The tension was unreal. Every possession felt like a knockout punch waiting to land. Then came the moment that broke Wemby. Scotty Barnes caught the ball at the top of the key, took one dribble, and rose over the defense. Wemby lunged forward with that insane wingspan, but he was a split second late. Barnes drilled the shot, ending the game and sending Team USA into celebration. Wembanyama didn't hide his frustration. He stared at his teammates, shaking his head, clearly upset that nobody rotated, nobody helped, nobody matched his intensity. It was the first time all night the alien looked human, disappointed, competitive, and hungry for revenge. And he wouldn't have to wait long, because the next matchup would push him even further. The next matchup looked like it would be a lighthearted showdown, the NBA legends versus the rising stars. The moment the ball went up, it became clear this wasn't going to be a friendly exhibition. The veterans came out swinging. Kevin Durant hit the first jumper like he was back in playoff mode. LeBron James followed with a smooth three that sent the crowd into a frenzy. Even Kawhi Leonard, usually quiet and emotionless, was locked in from the opening possession. But the young stars weren't intimidated. Anthony Edwards attacked the rim like he had something to prove, blowing past LeBron for a vicious two-handed dunk that sent shockwaves through the arena. The crowd erupted. The energy flipped. Suddenly, this wasn't a game, it was a battle of generations. Jaylen Brown added fuel to the fire with a series of explosive plays. He ran the floor, hammered down dunks, and played with a swagger that made the entire building lean forward. Every time the veterans scored, the young guys answered right back. Every steal, every fast break, every highlight felt like a statement. And the physicality? It was on another level. Players were fouling hard, contesting everything, and refusing to give up easy points. At one moment, LeBron nearly threw down a putback dunk that would have blown the roof off the arena. Even the commentators couldn't believe how intense the game had become. What started as a simple matchup turned into a full-blown war, and both sides were fighting like the All-Star trophy actually meant something. But nobody knew that the real chaos was still coming, because one player was about to take over the entire night.